Welcome back to Crane's Bar and Grill. We're going to do episode 3 of the Rings of Power. We're going to do episode 3. So we're going to find out who's on the ship, who's rescuing him. I think it's going to be the Numenorians, I believe. So that's where it left off. A lot of the other stuff, I don't know, wasn't that memorable. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like Arindir and Borwin. I like their story because I don't know anything about them. They're completely made up characters, so it's interesting seeing where their story's going. Unlike Galadriel, which is distracting because this isn't her story, so it's hard to get that out of my brain because I know enough about Lord of the Rings that I know Galadriel's story. So it's distracting, and I'm gonna see if I can get over the elf's hair, the short hair. That's distracting, not because it's short, it's because it's all done, and they're all their hair is really nice and everything like that. So it just takes me out of the show because I start thinking, do they have gel? Do they have blow dryers? You know what I mean? Are there elf hairstylists, that get their hair just like that? I mean, how do they do that? You know what I mean? Because to get your hair like that, you have to have gel and hairspray and a blow dryer, and your hair just doesn't go like that. So it distracts me when they have that. So the long hair is just better because it can just hang long, and you take that as a given as they've just brushed it, and it looks fine. So it's a silly thing, but it does. It takes me out of the show. So let's get on with this and let's see what's going to happen. This is Arindir's story. Like I said, that I like his story because I don't know where this is going. I'm going to find out what the orcs are up to. They're digging tunnels. They're digging tunnels to different towns. I wonder why. And why are they wearing these animal skull heads?
No staying son to your flatters, cowardly.
Who's Adar?
For Adar. For Adar.
So it looks like they got those things up for shade because, the regular orcs can't be out during sunlight. The Uruk-hai could, but not the regular orcs. Oh, and that's the other elves. Isn't that his other elf companions that were watching over that town? Oh, okay. I bet they're wearing those skull helmets and stuff to protect themselves from the sun, so they can't. Yeah. Okay, that's why they wear those things over, cover themselves all up. And who is Halbrand going to be? Got to be Numenor. I wonder who he is. He's going to be somebody important. Seems like, they've showed him. I don't think they'd show him this much if he wasn't. And he knows the Eldar by sight, it looks like. I wonder if he knows who she is. I like his voice. That deep kind of voice. Home, but what's home? He's got her dagger. Yeah, that's got to be Numenor. Is that a beacon fire to let them know they're coming? I like the music on this. The scenery is really good.
There is only one place it can be.
That's a cool shot.
The Land of the Star.
Land of the Star. That's Numenor,
all
Land of the
mortal
Star.
realms. The island kingdom of Numenor.
Her mouth is weird. It doesn't move a whole lot. It's like it's a minimal, like the Island King of Numenor. Like she doesn't want to move it like a normal person. Like it's always like, like she just talks like the Island King of Numenor. That's a beautiful shot there. That's amazing. That looks really good. Gives you how vast or how big the population is just in that one city. See, that kind of hints that maybe he's Sauron, which that's a good cover to come in. But Sauron, when he came to Numenor, is supposed to be very fair and beautiful, I thought. And I always pictured him, I don't know if he actually said he was an elf, but I always pictured him as an elf. There's the tree. It's a good shot. And Pharazôn, I remember Pharazôn. Did he say the Queen Regent? I don't remember being a Queen Regent. I remember Pharazôn being the guy, and then Pharazôn took over, right, as king? I'm trying to remember. Like I said, it was a long time ago. Because they were the king's men were the bad guys, and the faithful, I think it's the faithful, were
No one kneels in Numenor.
were still on the side of the elves.
Sorry.
All we ask is that Numenor continue his mercy and grant us ship's passage to Middle-earth.
It's been generations since a ship of Numenor was permitted to make such a journey on an elf's behalf.
It is because of the elves that you were given this island. Surely you can spare a few planks and a rudder.
Our ancestors were not given anything. They paid for this isle with the blood of their kin.
What the elf means.
That's one way to look at it.
Passage, I will pay it. But one way or another, I will depart.
I welcome
And see, if this was the real Galadriel, the Galadriel in the books, she could. She's like one of the most powerful beings on Earth. She could just walk out of there, and there wouldn't be a thing they could do about it.
It seems to me,
You know, but they've kind of lowered her down to a regular elf, which makes her not as interesting to me. You know, if you have all this power and you control it, it's way more interesting than you're just a normal elf that's just good at fighting, I guess, or something. And, you know, but if she were to elect to stay, but knowing she could just walk out of there if she wanted to, that would be much more interesting. Which is another way of saying prisoner, but just nicely.
Good queen.
Captain, my gratitude.
What do you do there?
Good queen.
The Southlands
He wasn't just going to hug him. There was a reason behind that.
Look around you. This is a paradise, ripe with opportunity.
He's from the Southlands. Like I said, I wonder if he's that Bronwyn's husband that never came back. Oh, he took the knife back. That's why. So that's right. Her father, Elendil. Oh, Cecilior's dad. Ah, I like his voice. So he's gonna have a lot to do. So he's part of the faithful, and so her dad was bringing about the cloud of her dad. So her dad was the king, and then I can't remember his name. What's his say? Took over. So she's siding with the Kingsmen. Is this going to be a Isildur? I bet it is. That's going to be a Isildur. Yeah. All right. Isildur. I know Peter Jackson portrayed Isildur as kind of a bad guy, didn't destroy the ring, but he really wasn't like a bad guy. After he got the ring, it was several years. I guess he used it or whatever like that he brought a lot of peace to the land and did stuff. And in the end, he regretted not destroying the ring. I think he apologized for it or whatever. But he wasn't like a bad guy. He was just a normal man who his pride took over. But I think he apologized at the end before he died.
The sea is always right.
The sea is always right. That's not very Tolkien-esque. Tolkien might have had something like that, but it would have been said more poetic. And the sister. The horse. That's what a brother would do to his sister. Then the brother's friends are going to hit on the sister. There's the tree.
The faithful believe that when the petals of the white tree fall, 'tis no idle thing, but the very tears of the Valar themselves.
It is unwise to live one's life guessing after signs of...
God, I love his voice. His voice is awesome.
Elendil.
It
I like that
originates
name,
there.
Elendil.
Pray tell, what does it mean?
One who loves the stars.
That is not its only translation, is it?
I thought I meant
In the ancient
elf
tongue of
friend?
the Eldar,
I'm trying to remember.
it can also mean elf friend.
Then are you? An elf friend?
I was right. See, I remember some stuff.
I'm a loyal servant.
He is, but he's not going to tell you.
And yet, though elves have been unwelcome,
Yeah,
on
that's a
shores
way
as
around
the
of
reign
saying,
my grandfather's
I'm not going to answer actually
great-grandfather,
that question.
you chose to break with that precedent. Why?
It was the sea that put her in my path, and the sea is always right.
The sea cannot commit treason.
Not if it's always right. That's
Given the circumstances,
kind of
I did
self-explanatory
only what I
there.
believed to be most
So,
prudent.
no, the other guy with gray hair. God, what's his name? I know he's bad. Farazan? Isn't he the one that got Numenor sunk because he went over to the Undying Lands for a second? Her, I don't remember her being involved in that. So, I wonder what her story is going to be. Yeah, see, they don't like the light, and that's why they're wearing those masks and stuff. You have to use that for to your advantage.
And how they shield themselves from sunlight.
There's got to be another reason for digging those passages.
Capable of such a thing.
Yeah, you could bring a lot of supplies and stuff, but otherwise it'd be easy. If they just want to travel, you just travel at night.
Why would orcs refer to the leader by an elvish word?
Sauron was said to have many names in days of old. Perhaps this is one of them.
There's more at work here than we can yet see.
I guess it could be Sauron, but I don't.
Either of you has to get a
I don't
glimpse
know.
of this trench, you take it.
Locate the closest tree line, and when the sun is at its strongest, we will make our escape.
You've just earned your company. A water ration. Don't be afraid.
What is all this? Building character thing or something? I don't understand what. Why do I need this? What is the story you need? Is this furthering the plot at all, or? I mean, I don't think they're going to poison him. I mean, they could just kill him if they wanted to kill him. We just got to watch him mess with him. So it's water. Here, you drink some. You did all that. Just, I mean, I don't understand why. Does it just to show that the orcs are mean? We already know that. There would be a whole lot more blood than that coming out of your neck if you die that fast.
I will cut it down!
I don't understand that part. That was a waste of time. Why are they digging that? Would it be easier to travel at night? And is he one? I didn't remember. Did they say? Are they one of the? What are they called? The Sylvan elves, or whatever, that really love trees? Maybe that's. Is that who they are? I think they were called the Sylvan elves, right? Yes, he is the faithful. If the queen, if the regent let it signed him, or she did that on purpose, I wonder, because she is secretly
Still carved on
part of the
statues
faith,
throughout the city.
the
if
faithful,
you look closely
faithful,
enough.
right?
Hall of Law, how far is that?
Quarter day's ride. What is it you seek?
Did you say ride?
There's some of one of those gorgeous shots that Lord of the Rings is known for. That's really pretty. It's a pretty horse. Yeah, that's not a good look for her. Nah, that's not... She doesn't look her prettiest doing that. They could have just shown him riding like that. They did have to go through that whole thing. That was kind of cheesy.
telling you, there is not
Are they trying to make him think like they're Sauron because, you know,
I will shovel coal if needs be.
being a
I'll
blacksmith
splinter
and
wood,
where
I
he
will
can make
shovel
the
sea
rings or
anchor for
something?
you, free of charge, sturdier than anything you have ever seen. How's that?
You're a stout heart, lad. But until you've earned your guild crest, you can't forge steel in Numenor.
Fellow sailed in with the elf. It's you, isn't it?
Certainly appears that way.
And how close are you and the she-elf? Maybe he and the she-elf aren't so close after all. Wager she'd prefer someone of better breeding.
He does seem to have
You're
a
right.
darkness inside of him, though. Like,
You're right.
arm around him like that, yeah, he's gonna try to steal the thing. Yeah, look at him.
Make my retreat. I still got a warm opinion of me. Men!
So you could just wear that and they think that they don't check documents or anything. And I think he's gonna notice that it's gone. Come on now. Yeah, he noticed. Yeah, see, I told you. Especially if that's all you need is that thing to start working. Like, nobody's gonna ask any questions how you got it.
Don't do this.
Why not?
No man!
Somebody's got anger issues
Call me Elrond.
and can back them up. So how is he such a good fighter? Was he a warrior? And he being a warrior, yeah, because I guess those were just guilds like blacksmiths, so they wouldn't be able to fight. You know, they're not trained. Maybe he's highly trained with anger issues. Not a good combination. Well, I mean, if you're on the battlefield, it's a good combination. So they're still going to look up that symbol. Elrond's brother.
Thank our last king. And it's because of him this place wasn't torn down. They say he spends his days in the tower now, an exile in his own kingdom.
So is that the regent's dad? Okay.
He drew this to record the tower's location.
The tower's location. Ah, it's Mordor. That's what that symbol is. It's Mordor. Ah, yeah, that's Mordor and Mount Doom and Minas Tirith or Gondor. Yeah.
Just as Halbrand said. Plan to be enacted in the event of Morgoth's defeat.
Did somebody else make the plan? Because I don't think Morgoth would. He would be too cocky to make that plan. I can see Sauron maybe making that plan. But if Tolkien had written it, again, it would have been more poetic. Who are these? What's this? Oh, there's the Harfoots. The Harfoots, all I want to know is who the meteor dude is. Nobody really cares about all this other. I say nobody. I don't really care about all this other stuff.
We're going to be left behind.
Could help. Why would they be left? Why would they be left behind? The friends won't help? Help? I mean, that's not a very good community that won't help a neighbor that needs help. I mean, you would think. So I don't understand why you leave your family, friends behind, your caravan. Wouldn't you help? Until his ankle healed? I like that one. There's common sense and nonsense. I like that. Again, why are we going through all this? This is... At least for me, it's not interesting at all. I want to get back to Arendir. This has got star charts in that book. And of course, this is when he's going to show up. Because so this scene can take longer for no reason whatsoever. So all that for that? Did we really need all that? Did that help us in any way discover anything new or move the story along. But they're not hobbits. They act just like hobbits, but they're not just like hobbits. This looks like Bilbo when he was addressing everybody. So what's going to happen with that? Someone going to come find the map or something? She couldn't have come and... Why couldn't she have brought her purse all the way and set it inside her own cart that's right there? Where would it be safe?
We remember those who fell behind. Should any Harfoot fall behind this migration, they likewise will be carried with us.
Why would they get left behind?
in
I
our
don't
hearts
understand.
And in our memories. Isles Bright Apple, stuck in the snows of the mountain pass.
No, they didn't wait for him.
Lovo Baljabook.
They're not very nice people, are they? Or they keep saying that. They don't wait for him. Why would Meteor Dude get in her purse? Just go right straight for her purse. I don't understand. Why would he get that? Why would he need that? Why would he look in her purse? I don't understand. He's going to catch it on fire. He's going to catch it on fire, isn't he? We wait for you. We don't lift a hand. We don't lift a finger to help you, but we wait for you. That's comforting. I'd prefer you help me instead of wait for me. And it caught on fire, like I said. I knew that was going to catch on fire. So how are they going to hide that now? Was it going to... They're all going to freak out? Well, they're busted now.
Any Harfoot that breaks them is to be decaravaned.
The Brandyfoot cart will be
Decaravanned?
at the back of
They're
the
mean.
caravan.
Not very nice. What's the big deal about the back? Who are you? Who are you? Again, I love his voice. I can't help it. He's got a great voice. Daughters, they can do that to you. They just make you feel like they can just like rip your heart out with a look. You're like, okay, great. Yeah, so I have a daughter. They could do that just with the look.
I found this in the Hall of Law.
She found what? But it tells what, yeah, I was going to say it's going to have the symbol, yeah. Wonder what it means.
That's funny. I found this on a dead man. Thought the pattern suited me.
That was a horrible lie.
Many ages ago, a man bearing that mark united the scattered tribes of the Southlands under one banner.
So he's
The
royalty.
very banner that might unite them again today.
So that can't be Bronwyn's.
An odd thing to say to a man in a cage.
See, that could be an interesting story because Halbrand's a made-up character, and he's the king of the Southlands, and he's struggling with the fact that, you know, his ancestors toured a Morgoth, and he doesn't want to, and he wants to be a good guy. He's afraid, kind of like Aragorn.
Be careful.
That he's afraid that he's going to be like his father or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's really
So that could be an interesting story.
It was his ancestor who swore a blood oath to Morgoth.
Yeah. But Galadriel throws it all off because that's not where she's supposed to. I don't.
It was my family that lost the war.
And it was mine who started it.
Actually, it was Morgoth who started it, correct? Not
fate,
her family.
nor destiny. Come with me to Middle-earth. And together we will redeem both our bloodlines.
Wish her facial expressions would change. I mean, that
Just
way
up
she
on the
talked
side.
like with their mouth like this, and she's just always so serious. That was a beautiful shot, by the way. Who's this? Her dad? Ah, yep. Aha. So are they for or against it? The king's men are the faithful. Her dad was the faithful, so I'm thinking she's playing the other side. And see, that would be an interesting story with Numenor and them, because so far they haven't changed a whole lot. And like her, they didn't. I don't think she had a whole lot in the story, but that's, you know, that could be, the Numenors could be kind of interesting. The Harfoots are not interesting at all, except for the fact of Meteor Dude. And then now I don't like him even more because they don't help friends. They don't help their other Harfoots to live and to keep up. You know, you can't even help them. It's a beautiful shot again, though. Now here's the most interesting story, and they're finally getting back to it. Or interesting, you know, story line. Oh, here they go. That's not the best way to do that. Pick one link and get that one link done. Not all of them at once. They're too much of a cushion. I've seen elves move way better. So you can run on chains. Put it on one of the roots or dirt or something. I mean, rock. You can't just beat on the dirt. That's too much cushion. That looks like a chihuahua. That looks like a warg chihuahua. Oh, he got Boromired. Oh, and again, that's a Boromir. Except Boromir held out longer. To Adar? We gonna get to see Adar? Oh, I thought they were gonna end the episode right that second. Was that Adar? Adar? Like it had elf ears. Maybe that's why they're using an elf name. Because it had elf. Because he had elf ears. So that was episode 3. And it ended with that looked like an elf. Looked like it was going to be an elf. Is it going to be Sauron? No, can't be. I mean, it could be, I guess. So it was episode 3. Again, my favorite parts are Arendir. Like I said, horrible with names. Arendir. Arendir. Got to pronounce it right. Arendir. That's my the favorite. That's my so far my favorite storyline. I did like Numenor, and I liked Isildur's dad. See, terrible with names. I like his voice. So, kind of like that, but the Galadriel thing is throwing me off. What's his face is with Galadriel. He's got more interesting now that find out that he's king of the Southlands or should be or whatever. I mean, that could be an interesting story because it's a character we don't know. It's a made up character, so you could follow him, and that could be interesting because there's nothing to judge against if you're someone who knows anything about Lord of the Rings. There's nothing to go against there, so it could be interesting to see how that turns out. And I like Numenor so far. The regent lady, I guess I think she's part of the faithful, and it's going to go against them and help the faithful. So anyway, I mean, it was okay. I mean, when I'm talking about it, trying to figure it out, I like those two storylines. The other ones in between, then, I mean, it's part of the Harfoots. I was actually telling myself don't fall asleep. I was actually because I have a job, so I work, but I was just like that part. I was like, okay, stay awake. And why would the meteor dude even go into her purse? Well, what? I mean, I don't understand. They didn't, that wasn't set up really well. Why he would even go in, and then he's going to look at that star chart. Why would he know that was there? Why would he take those? So I wondered who that dude is. So anyway, thank you for watching Crane's Bar and Grill. That was Rings of Power episode 3, and I'm going to move on to episode 4 because I've still got a little still got some time this afternoon. So, but I'm going to take a break, and then then I'll do the next one. So, and I'll post it in a day or so. But yeah, have a good evening. Bye.